A naked man jumped out of a tree in the middle of the night in the woods and chased me. I am 21 and live in a village just outside the big city. This village is located on a large wooded area. There is a place where me and my friends often come to smoke or drink in the evening. We call it Nature Spot. It is a wooded, dune-like area with a large island in the middle. To get to this island, you have to cross a small wooden bridge. The nearest houses are quite far away, about a kilometer, I don't know what a mile is, from the place. So at night, it is a quiet, dark place. In the winter, it is bare, wet, and muddy, and nobody really comes there. This happened 3 weeks ago. That Friday night, all my friends couldn't hang out. I don't have the most of friends, and I wanted to go to the island to smoke and drink by myself. I don't mind hanging out alone on occasions like this. Sometimes I enjoy it, when no one is around me, and it's just me, nature, and my weed. I know the place well, and I carry a knife with me just in case when I go hanging out alone in the woods at night. I'm not a scared person. I often walk through the woods at night with headphones and my music at the loudest. I do this to create some tension because my life been pretty boring the past months, and every time I go there, especially at night with smoke or drink, I always get an exciting gut feeling. Just to be there all alone in the dark on that island. So I walk through the wooded area towards the island. It's now around 12:30 at night. I have nothing to do tomorrow, so I hang around the places a bit. Before I cross the bridge, I take off my headphones to listen if I can hear any sound coming from the island. Just in case there are people or homeless people on the island, and I come walking there with music in my ear. After a few minutes, hoping that I am alone, I plan to smoke a joint at a tree in the middle of the island that we call the Witch's Tree. This because in the winter, it looks like a Blair Witch movie setting. I walk onto the island towards the Witch's Tree, with music on. I walk towards the tree, and at the same time coming up to the tree, I see a naked man, around his 30s or 40s probably, literally standing on a log that's pretty high from the ground, right in front of me, looking down on me. Yes, he stood still in a literal T-pose, in the dark, all naked when I spotted him, which made me really scared in a flash, so it was just a flash second before my heart dropped, and I jumped back immediately, and my headphones fell from my head into my hands. I first screamed out to the man, "Hey, what a fakat doji!" Out of panic and fear, I jogged backwards, while keeping my eyes on the dark pathway. At this point, my whole body is filled with fear and adrenaline. I did not know what to do or say, so I yelled while jogging back, "I saw you. Come to me, I got a knife," because he looked like he was ready to chase me. He was going to. I have used this tactic before, especially in forested areas, encountering homeless people or suspicious people at night. Nowhere near this location, where I yell out, "Come to me," if I have to create a kind of psychological reaction where I invite the perpetrator to come my way instead of showing fear or freezing. Only when I carry a knife. And of course, I'm not going to stab, only if I really, really have to. But I was still super scared. Now I'm at the bridge. At first I think this is a drugged-out homeless person who is fucked up. I do believe in the paranormal, but I've never experienced anything paranormal or anything like this, ever. So I said to myself, it's a homeless person, but I doubted myself very much in that moment. I thought I was going to die or get stabbed for a brief moment. Because even though homeless, who the fuck goes tree climbing in the middle of the night, naked, and says nothing when spotted, just staying quiet?
Now I'm standing on the other side of the bridge, shaking and waiting.
I wanted to make sure he would follow me before I ran. I wanted to call my friend to tell him that there's a naked guy at the tree. He would answer and come. At this moment, out of the dark, from the other side of the bridge, the naked guy is walking towards me, literally out of nowhere. My heart dropped. Yes, he was naked, but what was even scariest was his face and eyes, literally in the moonlight, what looked like a fucking zombie, and he had his arms straight up when he walked out of the bush, like he was caught by the police. He walked, arms straight up, over the bridge towards me, which was a really scary sight. And also because the bridge is super wobbly, has almost no support. It is almost impossible to get over it without holding both railings, but he literally just walked straight ahead, without any drop or stop, like he was walking over water. I run back, shouting, "WTF are you doing?" Then he starts screaming like a drug addict and starts running towards me. I quickly run away through the dark forest, back to the park where the houses are close by. There is like a 5-minute walk of dark pathway, and while sprinting down, I could hear him sprint after me and literally saying he was going to eat me if he caught up to me. Just the thought of a naked man running after me in the dark, and also what happened before, made me run so fast, like I never ran so fast ever. I totally forget my knife, like I did not want to stay there a second longer. I even stumbled, fell face first, in a thorny bush, and was lost for a few seconds, while hearing his screaming come louder and louder. But I was really scared and fast because so much adrenaline, and everything unfolded pretty fast. I ripped my jacket and lost my second bike keys. I made it home and didn't even sleep. Homeless people in the Netherlands do not behave like this one did. I have never seen or heard even stories about homeless people moving like that or anything. These are really the stories you hear from America, where homeless people are on flakka or something and turn into literal zombies. Those are the vibes I got from this incident. That next morning, very early, me and my friend went back to the island after I told him what had happened. And literally, when we got there, I remember standing on the bridge and throwing stones towards the bush to see if the man was there, and the bridge was so bumpy that we could hardly get to the other side. And that, while the man from that night literally walked at a walking pace with his hands in the air, like it was easy. There was also no clothing, no mattress, nothing that showed someone had slept there on that island or even stayed there. Since then, I have never gone there again. Literally a few days ago, I saw what looked like the same man. It was him, hiding behind a tree, from a woman who was walking her dog in the park. When I cycled past, he seemed possessed. He was talking to the tree while he was hiding from people, and he only had a blanket to cover himself. After seeing this, I thought back to that night and decided to tell the story and share here. It turns out that he escaped from a mental institution not far from where I live. Police is still looking for him.